Bookin Comedy. We are missing a guest right now. I am going to send a quick email and see what's going on here. Let's see if I can find this. Hope everybody's having a great week. I can always talk a little bit about what's been going on recently. We are live now. Are you getting on? I will include. Oh, there's our guest. Okay, we're there. Here we go. We're live.
Hey.
Hello. How are things?
Hi. It's good. It's freezing here in NC. How is it in wherever you are?
I'm in Colorado.
Oh, you are?
It was
Okay.
very cold last night. I walked from Comedy Works to my car, and it was freezing. Very cold.
Yep.
So, yeah, North Carolina as well. Pretty chilly.
It is in the 40s. And we talked to our oldest daughter today who lives in Los Angeles. And she said she got really cold today working outside because it was in the 60s. And we said, you hush, girl. You don't even talk about being cold. It's not the same.
That's hilarious. That's great. Okay, so we met in North Carolina. We did a show in Hillsborough, North Carolina. I forget the name. Right. Yonder something?
Yonder Bar? Is that what it was called?
Yonder Craft something or other. Yeah. Cute little venue. That was a fun place. Good time. Then I went back to North Carolina. Tough to get a gig in North Carolina.
Was it? I told you I'll have you in my shows I produce if you're
well, I gave you months of notice, and there was nothing to be had from you or any other person I contacted.
No kidding. Well, we'll make it happen in 2026. I have a new venue I'm super excited about because it's in my neighborhood. So
nice.
Yeah, how great is that?
What kind of venue? Is it like a restaurant?
It's like a neighborhood bar. So it's like almost like what I imagine Cheers was like back in the day, where just got a pool table, some TVs to watch sports, great drinks, good chill vibe. So I'm thrilled. It's something.
That's all. Are you going to have to bring in sound and light kind of stuff?
No, they already had, they had, this is for me, game changing because I do a few local shows where I lug my heavy equipment. I beg my husband to help. He's like, you got to learn this stuff on your own. And I've tried to learn, but it's hard. So this place, it turns out for the microphone, they said, do you just want to plug it into here? And they pointed to a little jack on the wall.
Yeah.
I plugged in the mic. It came out through all the speakers in the venue, and I didn't have to do all the other horrible stuff that I despise. So that was a major win, another plus in this venue's favor. Yeah.
That's wonderful. What kind of portable amplification thing, PA system do you have? Like, how big is it? There are small systems. They're expensive, but
I know. So all this is still such a new world for me because I only had my 3-year comedyversary this past summer. So I'm still
amazing that you're running shows. Well, good for you making stage time.
Yeah, really, really exciting. I've only been producing my own shows for probably the last year. So I think it was a Christmas gift last year, maybe my birthday, I asked for sound equipment. So I would say it's a very basic setup of the 2 big speakers that you put on the pole.
Yeah, right there. You really just need one speaker for most places. Yeah, you can get away with one really expensive, like a Bose S1 Plus is probably $300-400. So it's not super expensive, and that's good for 30 to 50 people. And then I use a Bose L1 compact, which is more like $1,000 for 50 to 100 people. And if it's anywhere near 100, I probably do both. I don't know what's going on right now, but there are a lot of people tuned in. And if you're tuned in, you can ask questions. So for example, Lane Jones, thanks for saying hello. I don't know where you are, but tell us where you're from, and we might engage with you and talk with you. But this is like a video podcast thing. Just a couple comics chopping it up. We're talking about the show running right now. You're very popular.
Right. They heard I was
Money.
coming. They're like, "Ooh, this up and coming comedian that's
Yes.
taking over the East Coast and next West. Let's
Yeah.
go."
Amazing. So, okay, so you got this restaurant place. They got a sound system. Did you one this is keep this in mind that sometimes those ceiling speakers in restaurants,
Yes.
the first I'm not a sound engineer, but somehow they're like better for music than they are for talking. And the
Interesting.
comics sound like the dog in Charlie Brown or whatever it is, the person,
Oh.
the human talking to Snoopy. It's kind of muddy, it's like it coming through a Fisher Price speaker. So
Oh,
I
this
had a venue that I we can't find a way to make a second show work, but we did a
oh,
show,
yeah.
sold out, packed, and I plugged into their system.
Yeah.
And by the middle of the show, I was like, I'm never doing this again. I
No
will definitely
kidding.
bring my own speaker setup next time. Just because they just weren't. I don't know what I don't know what it is. It's not for lack of spending money, but my best guess is that it has something to do with being tuned for music and not spoken word. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That makes sense. This one worked out. It was my debut show last month, and similarly, it sold out. They
nice.
made it a free show, just hoping they make money off drinks, but 65 people
Wow,
RSVP'd through Eventbrite, and then probably, I don't know, 50-ish showed up, but
that's a
it
pretty good conversion ratio for free.
that's that's what I think. So we've got our next show in January. I don't know if you're coming around to North Carolina, but the next show is
When in January?
January 14th.
Oh, I just booked a show. I just finalized a show today in Colorado for the 14th. That's a Wednesday, right?
It is. Oh,
Yeah,
you've got the same mental calendar I
yeah.
have
Well, I'm
because of
terrible at calendars. I'm not lying about today. There's no way I would know that January 14th was a Wednesday, except that was like 3-4 hours ago. I was texting with the
oh,
incredible Mal Hall out of San Diego. So funny.
that's so funny. People think I'm a savant because my life is so busy. I basically have the calendar for the next month for my day job, comedy, personal things. So when people ask about something, I'm like, oh, okay, that Thursday. And they're like, oh my gosh,
I know.
okay,
That
what
always
day was
impresses
I
me.
born in
I mean, I'm so dumb.
1975?
I don't even know how many days are in a month. Like I'm that bad at calendars. It's amazing that I do stand-up comedy successfully. I just found out today that I performed in 23 states this year. Isn't that
Holy
wild?
cow.
That has to be a high. I don't think I've only performed in 41 total, but 23 this year. Crazy.
That
Crazy.
is
North Carolina, first time I was ever there. I did on a different trip. To circle back to that North Carolina thing, the
yeah.
problem was there was a comedy festival in Raleigh, or I think I was in Raleigh.
Oh,
So like all the venues, all the shows like weren't running because they didn't want to compete with the festival. Venues
oh,
were taken because of the festival, and they had book comics and whatnot. So I had a real rough go of it. I was hoping to do comedy just one night, and but
oh.
couldn't find anything. That happens sometimes. That
It
was really the
does.
only time this year that happened. That where I flew, like I went to Las Vegas in the middle of the year
Yeah,
and picked up a couple shows there. I on that run, that North Carolina show, the Yonder one, I really
yeah,
just had a show in Virginia, and then I picked up one in Arkansas on the way, went to Virginia, did the show,
yeah.
Carolina, and then picked up some stuff in New Orleans after that and something in Texas. And so
Yep, and you
yeah,
went to Atlanta for a hot second too. I remember your itinerary.
did. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't get a show in Atlanta, but I did go watch a show, and I thought there was a chance they'd throw me up, called Star Bar. Shout out to Star Bar
Ah,
in Atlanta, Monday nights. Super fun. So it's going on now. If you're in Atlanta, head on over to Star Bar in I forget the name of that neighborhood. It's got maybe
ooh,
East Atlanta Village, like around the corner from East Atlanta Village. Not entirely sure. I mean,
ooh.
where's the most fun place that comedy has taken you so far?
Well, speaking of Atlanta, I have diabolical goals of hitting up the LA scene and the Atlanta scene selfishly because one daughter is in LA and the other one is in Athens, Georgia, attending UGA. And
Perfect.
they both happen to have great comedy scenes. So I would love to get sort of known there like I
Mhm.
am here, and Los Angeles, I don't think it's that different from Cary, North Carolina, right? It's like almost
I mean, my personal
apples to
opinion,
apples.
I would focus on Atlanta more than LA. LA stinks, man. I just did a run where I was in Washington State and Oregon, and then I went all the way down to I went to San Francisco and Oakland, and
Okay.
also like Silicon Valley area, and then down to San Diego. I skipped over LA entirely. Every
Yeah.
time I've done comedy in LA, not every time, but you can see a little picture of me. I was at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood this year. That was fun,
Oh,
but that was booked, way far in advance. Like, it's very difficult to get any kind of decent, even open mics in LA are rough.
yeah. The
You
only
got to pay
success,
for them sometimes.
right. I've
Yeah.
heard all that. The only success I've had performing in the LA area is connections, which, as you probably know very well, is what it's all about. Where I knew somebody who actually did a interview me for a podcast. So I remembered him, super nice guy, in clean comedy like me. So I hit him up, and then because of his connection, I performed in 2 shows. Then I kept those connections, and when I went back, I used another connection and performed in Santa Barbara. So
Oh, beautiful.
yeah,
Nice.
oh my
Warm.
gosh, it was such a beautiful, beautiful town. But I think half of comedy, at least from my experience, is who you know
Yeah.
and just making the right connection at the right time and all the stars aligning.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but LA is particularly difficult just because there are so many comedians there. It's the same
right.
as New York City. New York City is also very tough. Like, I can get on shows in New York City, but they're not good shows. They're,
Yeah.
they're not fun. And anything that's any good, I mean, you can get somebody from the Tonight Show. So yes, I'd eventually like to be booked out that way, but I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get on TV first
That's right. Yeah. Well, I
before I can
have
get those.
similar goals to you. I would love to eventually perform in all the states, but right now I just want to even add to the states because I think I'm like at 4. I'm at 4: Virginia, North Carolina, New York, and
What
California.
what'd you do in New York?
Yeah, that was a wild ride where I got into a comedy festival that was at Copacabana, like the famous Copacabana club.
Okay.
And so I got to perform at Copacabana, but it was like, I mean, I'm sure you must have these experiences times 100. When I walked in, well, first of all, I missed all the public transportation. The trains were late, everything was late.
Where
So
is that in Manhattan?
it
Where is
was
that?
in actual New York City
Okay.
proper.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like with a friend who lived in the New York area, knowing I was late, but then we were also starving. So we dashed into a place to get pizza. And while we half walked, jogged, I shoved in New York pizza, burned the roof of my mouth, like where by the time I performed, I could feel the skin sagging, falling off the roof of my mouth. Raced. And while my friend is like in New York, like pedestrians, like you just have to cross streets and don't think about your life being on the line. So we were jogging, running. I made it in time. And then you walk in and I was like, so this is the famous Copacabana. Like it just seemed odd. It wasn't packed like I
Okay.
thought. And the bartender and the door guy, I couldn't figure out even who I was supposed to check in with. It was just interesting. But I swear, for me, so many of those comedy experiences are character building. It's like, how do you take that and learn? You can pivot, you can, change your set. Like as you're sitting there and you look at the crowd and you're like, nope, this joke is not going to land here. So I think those are good to keep us flexing, keep us, humble, all that good stuff that is good for our
Yeah,
egos to keep in
getting
check.
in front of a lot of different audiences is definitely a superpower in comedy.
Yes.
What was the name of the festival? Do you remember?
Oh my gosh, I just blanked. I just did it this year.
That's okay. People can Google
Okay.
Copacabana
Yeah.
Comedy Festival. They'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Uh,
the guy that ran it is a great guy. He was super sweet, very supportive, very helpful. Because sometimes, again, in the world of comedy, it's a little bit like crickets chirping when you're just trying to ask questions or what about this? And I am unfortunately a rare unicorn where I'm a strong type A in a world where creatives and people that don't really like have to have schedules and logistics. Like I love schedules, answers, the plan. And I realize that's rare in comedy. A lot of people are just like, just show up. We'll figure
Yeah.
it out. You're set.
How do you think that
Order.
helps you with show running?
What's that?
How do you think that helps you with putting on shows?
Significantly. I think the comedians I book love being in my show because I feed them all the details. Here's the set order. Here's your set length. Let's get our intros to the host. I'm going to pay you the day after. Whereas so many local shows you're in, you're like, oh, that person never Venmoed me. It's like a week and a half later. I guess I'll hit them up and say, hey, you still like gonna Venmo us? So I do think it helps just to have a well organized show and have people want to be in your show. And for my peace of mind with running a business full time for my day job, and then this is just a side hustle on top of other side jobs. If I wasn't type A, I think I would just be a bubbling mess in a corner in the fetal position, just rocking myself like missing everything or having lots of upset people.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the Athens comedy scene? How close is Athens to Atlanta?
Okay, they're about an hour apart. And yes, since my daughter lives in Athens, I just applied to the Athens Comedy Festival, which is next spring, and it looks like such a good time. Have you performed in that?
No, no.
Oh, it
Maybe I'll
looks
check
like
it out.
a
I'll look
great
into
festival. Yeah.
it. Okay.
And I'm a
I've
part of
never
a
been to Athens.
Oh,
I've
have you
heard
not?
it's famous. I think REM is from Athens.
Oh, do you know
Yeah.
the comedian Karen Morgan by chance? She's also
No.
clean.
No.
She's a big deal. Like she's pretty popular and she's from Athens. So she's
Okay.
also a UGA alum. So whenever she's posting about Go Bulldogs, I try to jump on that and remind her, hey, I'm a Bulldog fan too. Would love to open for you. So maybe it'll happen someday. But yeah, the Athens comedy scene seems great. I would highly recommend you check that out.
Okay. Cool. Neat. And so have you been to Atlanta at all yet, or hoping to dip your toes in it in the future?
Yes, I performed there. So my part of my Cinderella crazy fairy tale comedy story is being booked for a paid show after only 3 open mics. So I heard that was a little rare that when I started 3 years ago, I did 3 open mics at Raleigh Improv, caught the attention of whoever reviewed the tapes back then. They would record open mics and they reached out to me for a paid show. And I was like, is this how it goes? And other comedians were like, no. And then at that show, just a cute little local show, Craig Shoemaker was there for his big show. Do you know Craig?
I've heard that name. Yeah. I
He
don't know him
used
personally.
Okay. He used to be huge when I was in college. I would go to see him perform. He's the Love Master. He has this whole famous bit that's been a Netflix show or a Netflix movie, The Love Master. So he's still performing all around the country. So he happened to be at Raleigh Improv doing his big show and was sitting in the green room just chilling, eating his food after his show. And then all of us local comedians were coming on for our local show. So I chatted with him in the green room, said, oh my gosh, Craig Shoemaker, I used to watch you back in the day. I'm doing my first ever paid show. Will you stay and watch me? And he was like, maybe. But he stayed and watched me and met me after and said, I've got it. I've got the it factor of energy and material. So we stayed in touch. And then I opened for him now in Charlotte, Atlanta, Raleigh, and then recently in Raleigh again. So my one time performing in Atlanta was at the Punchline Comedy Club opening for Craig Shoemaker for a 4-night spread. That was my first time ever performing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I found out how exhausting that is and how it also trips up your mind where you're like, wait,
Confusing.
did I already do this bit tonight?
Yes.
It starts to melt your brain, especially if you're like, at the time I was in my late 40s, now I'm 50. But that really gave me so much respect for comedians that do that all the time, that do a 45-minute set multiple times in a weekend. Like, so much
Yeah.
respect for the memory and the ability to still bring the energy each and every time. I just think that is amazing, that gift that comedians have.
Yeah. Punchline's a neat place, connected to a diner. Kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So you've been there?
I've been there. I've been there. Yeah. I've performed there. Did you eat at the diner?
Absolutely. Every night before the show, we would eat in there. And it is funny. Like, I think venues, comedy venues are so funny. Like in my California, one of those shows, it was in the back of like a diner kind of place that looked kind of run down. And then you get this whole beautiful like comedy room in the back. So it kind of seems like you can have a comedy venue anywhere, and it's fun to kind of make fun of it. Like, Craig would make fun of the punchline in
Right.
his opening stuff. He would say, yes, I've been on Netflix, Amazon Prime, I've won this, and here I am performing in a diner
Yeah.
in Atlanta.
I remember when
So
I was there, I made jokes about this is the nicest strip club I've ever told jokes in, because they have these like shiny poles, and
yes.
like it's just, I don't know what it is about the bones of that room, but it looks like a gentleman's club or whatever the
Okay. And
appropriate term is.
that's funny because I have performed in a comedy club in one of the towns in North Carolina that is converted from a strip club. So they still proudly actually have that in their heritage, and you can still see, some of the relics of it. And yeah, there's even something, I swear, still in the molecules in the air that screams this was a strip
Yeah.
club once in the
Yeah.
back in the day.
Jeez, that's crazy.
That's
Okay,
the
well,
club.
let's start winding us down a little bit. Tell me about some of your. So we're coming up on the end of the year. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope everybody
Yeah.
had a wonderful time. And so, what like next year, 2026? What are some of your goals? Sounds like you're excited to maybe get into the Athens Comedy Festival. Maybe get into LA and Georgia a little more. Talk to me about what you're looking forward to, and it sounds like your fourth year of comedy.
Yes. So my big, big dream is, one of the things I'm proudest of in my baby comedy career is I had an idea for a comedy show that I pitched to Goodnight's Comedy Club in Raleigh. I used to go to Goodnight's Comedy Club when I was in my 20s. So it's revered. It's been around forever. It attracts nationally touring comedians. It's great. So I happened to just get on their radar from doing some local open mics there, and they have the North Carolina's funniest competition there that I made it to the semifinals. So I started to get some attention, and I had them talking to me about doing a show. And they basically said, we'll give you a shot with this show, pitch your ideas. So I had two ideas: one, a women only show, and then something else with like mental health, since that's my day job. So they said, let's try the women only show. So last year in August 2024, they have a smaller room and then a big room, their main room. So we had uh, a all ladies show, my invention, Ladies Laugh Lounge, where I wanted to elevate the scene for women, show that we could pack a comedy club just like a show with guys. That show sold out in like a week and a half. All 75 seats sold.
Incredible.
Great show. So then they booked me for the main room, which holds like, I don't know, 350 people, for last October. Ladies Laugh Lounge, again, this time was an October spooky themed show. That show packed the club, did extremely well. And now I've headlined there 5 times in a year, 5 times headlined my baby Ladies Laugh Lounge. Every time I have different women in the lineup, but it's sort of like, I like to do a comedy show with theater, I say. So just people standing with the mic gets a little boring. So I have costume changes and music and props, and I'm throwing Slim Jim meat sticks from the stage. It's like just an overall experience that's gone extremely well. So I know I'm doing another show there in the spring, but I want to take Ladies Laugh Lounge on the road. I want to have a Ladies Laugh Lounge hit up Nashville and Vale. Is that where you live?
I live in Denver, but I run
Denver.
shows up in Vail. Yeah, yeah.
This little spot in whatever,
Sure.
Minnesota, because I think that
And
idea.
then you would book locally,
Yes,
or yeah.
exactly.
Good.
That's the idea. So I would be the one traveling, but
Yeah,
I would ask, okay, Atlanta ladies, where are my female comedians that want to be a part of this? And
yeah.
then we would have Ladies Laugh Lounge Atlanta. So that's my big idea, that I just need a little time. Preferably, I could get an agent or somebody that could help me, but that's my dream for 2026. I would love to take that energy and women's
I would say
empowerment
that,
on the road.
with your personality and your success so far, I don't think you need an agent. You got
No?
that all figured out. You wrangled this venue already. I mean, what is there to put that on? You got to find the venue, you got to find the comics,
Yeah,
maybe bring some equipment. The comics is gonna be the easiest part,
that's
unless you're
true.
talking like rural, like a very small town. And that's kind of an interesting thing, because getting a venue is much easier in a small town, but there are way less comics. So you gotta get
Oh,
people who can drive like an hour or two to meet you. In a bigger city, it's harder to get a venue, and it's harder to sell tickets because there's a lot of other things to do.
right.
But I think you'll figure it out. Did we talk about Moms Unhinged at all when I was in North Carolina?
Oh, I don't know if we talked about it, but I am desperate for them to reach out to me. I've hit them up and they
Okay.
say, we're full, we're
Well,
booked.
there's a great Always Bookin Comedy episode with Andrea Vahl, VAHL. We talk all about mom. That's almost the whole episode is talking about Moms Unhinged. She's the founder.
Oh my
And she's
gosh.
out here. She lives in Boulder, I
Oh,
believe. And
she does.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I know I would be perfect for that brand because
Right.
that's exactly what I am. Where, I mean, I'm clean,
Yeah.
but then I think I'm PG-13. You saw my set where I still
Yeah.
talk about
So funny, everybody.
middle-aged sex, being naked. So I feel like I would be a perfect fit for them. I'll have to look her up and see if.
Yeah. Check out the episode. I think you'll get something out of it. It will help you figure out how to run those theme shows. The other one you could check out is I'm gonna space on his name. Shoot. The Unteachables. Lou Ferris. Lou Ferris, Pharis. That was recently, like just maybe 3-4 weeks ago. We did a whole
Oh,
episode. He has a themed show that he's like selling out Comedy Works, improv theaters around the country. Like they've become very successful, and they've really worked hard at it. Every summer they
ooh.
go on tour. They're working teachers, and they're I can't. I'll tell you once we close the episode something about something. But they're doing very well, and they started humbly, and they've really grown into something big. And I ask them a lot of questions about how they grew that brand. So there's 2 good
Ooh.
homework assignments for you. Just nice bite-sized half-hour episodes.
Oh my gosh.
All
I
right.
love it.
I do want to say I'm noticing that some of our regular viewers aren't here, and that's my bad because we are at a special time. We started this an hour and a half early because I have a
Oh,
conflict tonight. And so if anybody's watching this in the future and like, how did I miss this? We'll be back at 6:30 p.m. Colorado time next Monday. Almost every episode is at that time. So that's 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific time. Kiki, where can people find you?
Instagram is where I do everything for the most part. So it's Kiki's Comedy Club, Kikis Comedy Club on Instagram. I also have a cute little website that's not much to look at because my 19-year-old helped me design it, but it does have some good content there. And that's just kikiscomedyclub.com. Those are the best 2 ways to learn more and to connect with me. I'm still not famous yet, so I will respond to each and every DM I get. Even when I am famous, I will still respond.
Okay, amazing, amazing. Kiki, super funny. I've seen her perform live. She's great, pretty clean, very funny, very relatable, high energy, a great act, super fun. Can't wait to share a stage with you again in North Carolina, maybe Atlanta, maybe Los Angeles. Who knows where we'll cross paths
Maybe
again.
Colorado. I've applied to the Vail
There you
Comedy
go, Vail
Festival
Comedy
too.
Festival. Yeah,
Yeah,
come on
yeah.
out.
Okay,
It is
thank
always
you,
book.
Mark.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Always Booking Comedy is every Monday night. Everybody have a great week and happy December.